Well guys, there she is. I wanted to give you my honest review of this Honda CBF 600. It's actually a 2007 model. It is a naked with ABS and the type is PC38. So yeah, it's the carb version with the choke. Here it is. So after 2007, the 2008 model was, I think, the first uh, injected model. Anyhow, here is a honest review from a owner. I was not paid to do it, so I will be as honest as I can. I owned this bike for about a year and a half. The things I did right away when I bought it. Actually, I want to say that I got it really cheap. I did not want to buy a Honda CBF. I didn't even know that they existed. I was actually looking at Suzuki SV650s, but they were like too expensive for me. And then I saw this thing. I mean, it has ABS. It's, yeah, 600 cc's. Okay, it's not a V twin, but it's 4 cylinders. I mean, who can hate that? At least until you have to change the spark plugs, of course. But yeah, it was really cheap, and the reason why it was really cheap is because it was actually in a minor crash. It has some scuffs here, a little bit here, and the exhaust is scuffed. But that's about it. It rides really nice, and yeah, it was a fair price. So I went over and took it. And right after I bought it, I changed the spark plugs. I actually changed all oils. I changed the cables for the throttle and for the clutch as well, just to be sure. So after a year of riding like that, this year I changed bearings in my rear and my front wheels. So it's a nice bike. I mean, it does what a bike should do. If you want a commuter that is reasonably powerful, that is reasonably priced, that can actually ride with a pillion, this is the bike for you. I mean, maybe if it didn't have ABS, I wouldn't go for it. But the fact that it had ABS and was so cheap, I just had to go for it. ABS saves lives. I mean, this is the first bike I rode with ABS, and man, I can tell you, it's a difference. It's a difference because you can be on alert all the time, and when it's slippery, when it's rainy, oh man, it is really good in sticky situations to have ABS, just so you can go ham on those brakes and not fall. That's a lifesaver. Anyhow, the engine is actually a CBR engine. It is actually retuned to put out about 75 horsepower. So yeah, I think that is enough for a person in the city. That's not too bad. Uh, this bike gets a lot of hate for being sluggish, for being boring and stuff like that. But man, I mean, if you are riding a liter bike and you get on this one, it will be sluggish. But if you are riding a 125 and you get on this one, yeah, man, it flies. The things I notice about this motorcycle is that it's really heavy. I mean, it's my first like big bike, and when I sat on it, I just felt the weight between my legs. I mean, it's really heavy when it's still. It's about 220 kilograms. I don't know what's that in pounds, so sorry for that. You have to do the maths. Good thing is the weight distribution is phenomenal, and when you start, when you are riding, you don't feel it. It is so agile. It is so flickable. I have no issues with it. Also, the thing I like about naked bikes in general, and this Honda is no different, is the narrow design of the bike. It is so narrow with those mirrors and everything that you can easily squeeze and filter in traffic. And that is something I was looking for. I was looking for a bike that had a trunk and a center stand. And this has it all. So, yeah, that's what I went for it. The bike is pretty stock. Other than these levers that I put on, these shorties, I don't like the original ones. They are too big. So I put the red tape around the wheels. It also has heated grips that turn out there. And the last owner of this bike, actually put a charger for the phones in the trunk. So you have a connector there. And there is a vacuum Scott oiler, automatic oiler for the chain that I don't use. But yeah, everything is there. Also, I put a LED light bulb. So yeah, there it is. And this is something I hate about this bike. It's the automatic lights as soon as you turn on the ignition. Why couldn't they do like the Yamaha did on the FZ6? And that is when you turn it on, when you actually turn the engine on, that the lights turn. What actually sold this bike to me is the looks of the bike. I mean, it is narrow, it is sharp, even though it is not like 2010 and plus, it's a 2007 model. It is pretty sharp in its design, and that is something I really like. I actually like these taillights. The design of them is to be integrated in the tail. That's really nice. I'm not a fan of poking out turning signals. On my previous bikes, I had them knocked off by the pillion a lot of times, so I really like the integrated design. Also, the whole bike is really aggressive shaped for its year, and I think overall it has nice looks. Is this a bike for a beginner? Well, I don't think so. Uh, Depends on the beginner. If they have zero experience on any bikes, I will not let them ride this bike. It has power, it is really heavy, and that's the issue. The issue is on slow turns. But if you have at least some experience on any kind of bikes, so I think you can fairly easy sit on this one and have a blast. It is a really reliable bike. I have it about a year and a half and it started every time. Never I had any issues with it starting. So here in Bosnia we have harsh winters, but this winter I didn't even prepare it for the winter. I was riding it till November and started riding again in February whenever I could. So yeah, in the 2 months of December and January, I was just doing like 2 weeks checkups, adding it to see if everything is okay. And it just started every time and it had no issues with the fuel or anything. On the topic of starting, let's do it. There it is. The thing that is really annoying me on this bike is the rattling of the clutch plates. It is something well known to these Hondas that they have that, and it's nothing bad, but it kind of annoys me. You can actually hear it. Now you can't. Now you can. I don't know how well this microphone picked that up, but you can hear it and you can feel it as well. So that's about it, guys. If you have any questions about this bike or about my channel in general, please let me know in the comments below. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I am active on both social medias, so you can leave your opinion there, your feedback. It is really appreciated. And also, if you did not subscribe, hit that button and subscribe to my channel. So, till next time, stay safe.